And Commissioner Wilkins, would you give us an invocation, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Dear God, we come to you today thanking you for your many blessings, especially as we manage during these critical times of COVID-19. We ask, dear Lord, that you use us all as a healing presence. Help us to align mind and heart with the mind and heart of God, putting us in a spiritual realization where we won't be broken, limited, or unworthy. Let us rise to a true spiritual nature in this moment of healing. We want you to heal the whole of all of us as we accept our bravery. Philippians 4:9 says, keep on doing the things that you have learned and received, heard, and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilkins. Commissioner Mahoney, would you recite the Pledge of Allegiance for us so we don't all have to say it together?
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please? May I have a roll call, please?
Thank you. Vice Chair Foster.
Here.
Commissioner Hovey Wright. Chairman Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Laring. Commissioner Mahoney.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick.
Here.
Commissioner Snyder.
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Here.
8 present, 1 absent.
Thank you very much. Now we will go into approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Snyder, second by Commissioner Foster. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney.
Yes.
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick. Commissioner Skolnick.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster.
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
And has Commissioner Hovey Wright arrived yet?
No, I don't believe she has.
That will be 8 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you very much. That motion carries. Next is approval of the minutes of September 22nd, 2020. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Mahoney, second by Commissioner Foster. Any comments, questions, or concerns on the approval of the agenda, or approval of the minutes? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes.
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Commissioner Skolnick. Commissioner Skolnick.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster.
Yes.
Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Next, we have a presentation by our Equalization Director, Donna Vandervries. Donna?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners and members of the public. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize all my staff, the staff of the Equalization Department. As you may be aware, we just went through an audit of minimum assessment requirements for our assessing. We got perfect scores on our audit, all 13. So I think that is something to commend every single one of my staff, because they could not have done it without the teamwork of the Equalization Department. And I wanted to point out, I don't have this year's statistics, but in 2019, 318 units were reviewed. 91 of those, 59% have perfect reviews, not including the information. We were one of the.
I can't hear that.
Kathy and Mark, would you please mute your microphones?
I'd like to point out in 2019, 318 units were reviewed. 91 of those, or 29%, have perfect reviews, not including the informational items. We had 13 perfect reviews in 2020, and that includes the informational items, and we'll get certificates from the state. And I just can't say enough as to how well my staff has done on this, and I really want to recognize every one of our departments.
Thank you
Hey,
very
Donna?
much, Donna, and congratulations to your department. Commissioner Nash?
I don't think everybody could hear her very good. I'm just wondering, is there any way she could move closer to her mic?
Hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to point out the Equalization Department, our staff received 13 perfect reviews on our audit by the state on each of the assessing units we were doing. We got perfect scores, and we're going to get certificates, and that's quite an accomplishment. Of the ones audited last year, 29% had perfect scores on the first audit, and that wasn't including the informational items. We're going to get certificates for that. So I just wanted to commend every one of my staff for the excellent job they did to make that happen.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you very much. And Donna, please convey our congratulations to your staff, and thank you for on behalf of the county board. Next we will move on.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Go ahead.
I wanted to personally congratulate Donna and her team, because they are the backbone of this county, whether we realize it or not. And for them to get an excellent score is very significant. And I really want to congratulate all of them for doing such a good job. Speaks highly of her job, what her and her department is doing.
Thank you, Commissioner Nash. Very well put.
I will second whatever Charles said. It's important, and they've done a great job. And it's nice to have somebody perfect.
Madam Chair, can we do a letter of congratulations to the Equalization Department?
You bet. I think that would be an excellent, excellent idea. We'll be happy to do that. It will get Kathy to work on drafting that for us, and we'll get it signed and send it over to Donna and her employees.
Thank you, Madam
Excellent
Chair.
idea. Thank you, Commissioner Foster. Donna, thank you very much. And on to Public Health Director Kathy Moore. Kathy?
Yes, thank you very much. Kathy Tharp is going to share for me. Thank you very much, Kathy. Okay, I do hear an echo, so it may help if others put their phone on mute, please. This slide is a graphic picture of the positive cases for Muskegon County year to date. The blue, of course, is a cumulative number. And then the red shows the number of active cases. Mid-May, May 20th was, we reached our ultimate peak. Then we were below 200 active cases the end of June. And then after the 4th of July, you see that middle hill there. We started to peak again and then level out towards mid-August. And unfortunately, if you see the red hill moving up again towards the end, we are experiencing a resurgence and increase in the number of positive cases. Next slide, please. The next slide is some statistics that I pulled together for the court judges and also share with Health West for decision-making in their operations. This is the cumulative year-to-date number, as well as a 7-day moving average. We are looking at a 2.51 and 2.53 cumulative positivity rate, respectively. The rate is calculated by the number of positive cases in the numerator and the total number of tests in the denominator. So this is a positive statistic for us, but it could be more of a reflection in the increase in number of testing, not necessarily because the chart before you showed there's an increase in number of active tests or active cases, positive cases. Next slide, please. These are just really quick demographics to show that of the positive cases, 43.5% are men, male, and 56.5% female, 61% white, 27.8% black, 8.2% identified as Hispanic or Latino, and 2.3% no indication. Next, please. Next is just a geographical depiction of the number of positive cases. I will share the profile so that you can have the numbers by municipality in your reach. The heat map shows the positive cases, and then it goes from blue being the least to red being the most. Regionally, towards the bottom box there, you see that Ottawa County has 3,819 cases compared to our 1,635, but their number of deaths are less than ours. Next slide, please. This slide shows the number of cases by age group, and the age group 20 to 29 has surpassed the age group 50 to 59. Again, most of the cases in the age group 20 to 29 are related to social gatherings, but then of recently it's been related to college campuses. And the 50 to 59 age group is more relative to there are many obligations in the community. It could be work, taking care of parents, kids, and grandkids. The number of deaths, the most recent increase is +1 in the age group of 70 to 79 and +4 in the age group of 80 plus. Final slide. And just finally, other COVID-19 related information, the prison population, again, I like to show this. This is not part of our community numbers, but I use this to show that their demographics are similar. Their geography, of course, is very similar because they're right across the street from each other, but their approach was different. And you can see the results were much different. So EC Brooks Correctional tested 1,174 inmates, 0 positive. Muskegon Correctional tested 1,295 inmates, 1,004 positive, five related deaths. The brown box shows the number of positive inmates, employees or staff in the brown box, 4 positive for EC Brooks and 29 positive for Muskegon Correctional. But all of those numbers have really tapered down, and I believe the situation is under control. I just show the numbers to provide an update. The final other COVID-related information, Mercy Health. As of today, I had a 2 o'clock meeting with the command staff at Mercy Health. As of today, they have 15 inpatient on the COVID floor and 1 on the ventilator. The chart to the side shows the number of cases over the last week. And you can see on last week, Tuesday, there were 6, peaked up to 15 on Friday, and then down again, and we're back up to 15 today. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Appreciate that. Anybody have any questions for Kathy? Seeing none, we will move on to public comment on an agenda item.
Madam
If
Chair,
you
I had
have
a question on that.
Oh, go right
report.
ahead. Go right ahead, Commissioner Nash.
Can we go back to the one slide that had the deaths on it? It was the one with the bar chart. Okay. Yeah, I was miscalculated. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had these numbers right. It was
Okay.
blocked on my screen.
Okay. Did you get the information you needed now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. We will move on to public comment on an agenda item. I only see one hand at the moment, and that is Tony Barnes. Tony, would you go ahead, please?
This number right back.
Tony?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, you're all right. You're all right. I answered. They got me muted, but if I
can
can
hear
call
you.
you back at this number, or there's a better number I can reach you.
Tony, I can hear you.
Tony, you're on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait till 5:30, sounds good.
I have nothing. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Just mute me.
We have another hand. No, we don't. Oh, there it is. Ryan Leesma.
I guess. Raised.
Looks like his mic is on.
I'm not seeing any others, so we will move on.
Ryan Leesma.
Ryan, did you have a comment? Evidently, he does not know.
Yeah, his hand is raised. His mic is on now. Ryan, are you there?
Ryan, do you have something to say? And how to unmute himself, or we'll go back to him later.
Yeah, his mic was on. He's turning it on and off, but
Okay.
I hear anything coming up.
All right, we will move on to committee and board reports. Courts and Public Safety, Commissioner Snyder.
If you would have them bring up, thank you. Madam Chair of the Courts and Public Safety Committee on October 8th, 2020 was recommended, and I move CPS 20/1034 35, 36, and 37.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Is there any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Oh, all right. Oh, there's the video, but I can't, it's not. I need a forward.
Marcia,
Okay.
could you mute yourself, please?
Ready to go. This is on number 34, Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes. Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 absent.
Commissioner,
I'm here.
I believe Marcia is here.
I had trouble getting on, but I'm here now.
Okay, I didn't hear you check in, so I will put you back on. Commissioner Wright. How do you vote on number 34?
Yes.
Yes, so that's 9 yes.
Thank you, and that motion carries. Madam Clerk?
On number 35, Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes,
9 yes.
and that motion carries. Number 36, please, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder on number 36.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes,
9 yes.
and that motion carries. Number 37, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster, Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes,
9 yes.
and that motion carries.
And that completes the report of the Courts of Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Commissioner Snyder. Now we will move on to Human Services, Commissioner Nash.
Did we have number 37 that we haven't done a roll call vote on yet?
No, ma'am, you did that.
Okay,
That was our last one. We've done all 4.
thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Nash, Human Services Committee, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Human Services met on October the 8th. 2020. It was recommended, and I move HS 20/10-24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Support.
We have a motion for number 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28, and we also have a second. Madam, is there any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call on 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28?
And 24, Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Are we doing a roll, are we voting on all or just gonna go through them individually again? They were all moved as one motion. I would like to say yes on all.
So let's go back to Commissioner Hovey Wright on number 25.
Yes on all.
On all, thank you. And Commissioner Laring, yes on all.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes on all.
thank you. Commissioner Nash,
Yes on all, please.
thank you. Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes on all.
thank you. Commissioner Snyder,
Yes on all.
thank you. Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes on all.
thank you. Vice Chair Foster,
Yes on all.
thank you. And Chairman Hughes,
Yes on all.
thank you. That's 9 yes on all of the motions.
Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Madam Chair. That will conclude my report. It looks like the other motion was moved to be postponed until old business.
all right, thank you very much, Commissioner Nash. We will move on now to the Ways and Means Committee. Commissioner Skolnick.
The Ways and Means Committee met on October 8th, 2020. It was recommended, and I moved WM 20/10-87 and 88.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Laring,
No on 87, yes on 88.
thank you. Commissioner Mahoney. Commissioner Mahoney. Commissioner Mahoney on number 87, Ways and Means.
87 and 88. Okay.
Yeah. Are you voting yes on both? I couldn't hear him.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
So are you?
Yes on all.
On both 87 and 88?
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Nash,
Yes on both.
thank you. Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes on both.
thank you. Commissioner Snyder,
Yes on both.
thank you. Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes on all.
thank you. Vice Chair Foster,
Yes on both.
thank you. Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes on both.
thank you. And Chairman Hughes,
Yes on both.
8 yes and 1 no on 87 and 9 yes on 88.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Those motions carry. Commissioner Skolnick, thank you very much.
Sorry, Madam Chair, that completes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chairman's report. I would just like to let you know that the parks had a very busy season. They did really good this year, especially for the slow start that we had. A lot of people were looking forward to going outside, and our parks were one of their biggest choices this year. The camping in the parks closed on October 4th, but the parks will still remain all winter long because we do have a lot of outdoor activities in the parks too. That is it for my report, and I will turn this over to the administrator for his reports.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have 2 items for consideration. The first one is to approve the entering into a 5-year lease agreement with REV Finance Services to buy SUV Interceptor vehicles for the value of $234,120 at the interest rate of 2.67. Pending corporate counsel's review, the lease agreement authorizes the board chair to sign same agreement upon completion of that review.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nash, second by Commissioner Foster. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns?
Madam Chair. Oh.
Go ahead, I'll yield.
Go ahead.
I just had a question. Are we originally going to go with Ford credit on that thing? On that lease agreement?
Beth worked on that. Beth, are you available to speak? She's calling in today. Star 9. Mike Homier.
We'll go back to that and see if Beth is available, or is the sheriff on, or Ken Sanford, either one of them might know for us too. I don't know if either one of them.
The reason, Susie, the only reason I mentioned it's not going to change anything, but that rate we got was close to half of what Ford's rate was.
Okay.
So that's all.
That's a good thing then.
Yeah, very good.
Great.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Yes, go right ahead, Commissioner Laring.
So is this I think it was a week or two ago, the board approved the lease agreement for these 5 interceptors. Is this the same? I mean, it looks like are we just approving the interest rate today, or why are we seeing this again?
That's correct. We're seeing the 5 vehicles under one contract with this interest rate.
Okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Mahoney. Commissioner Mahoney. Please unmute him.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick.
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster.
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright. Commissioner Hovey Wright.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
9 yes.
Thank you very much. And whoever is rattling paper, please refrain from that or turn off your microphone.
Chair Hughes,
Yes.
this is Mike Homier. I just wanted to comment. I'm sorry I was on the wrong microphone, but it appears to me, and I'll have a conversation with Beth Dick tomorrow, but it appears to me that on September the 8th, the reason why this is back in front of you is the motion that authorized one of those police interceptor vehicles contained language indicating that the county was going to lease from Ford Credit. On March 10th of 2020, the other motions that were made to authorize lease agreements included language that said to lease from Ford Credit or a leasing company most advantageous to the county. And so that's why I believe it came back to the board to indicate that all 5 were going to be through REV Financial Services because their interest rate was much lower than that of Ford Credit.
Thank you very much, Mike. I really appreciate you stepping in with that information.
Sure.
Administrator Eisenbarth, would you like to?
Thank you. On the second one, to enter into a basic level service agreement with the city of Muskegon Heights for the purpose of official use access in Muskegon County's Geographical Information System, which is known as GIS, with a one-time membership of $2,700, and authorize the board chair to sign the agreement.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nash, a second by Commissioner Wilkins. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick. Commissioner Skolnick.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Thank you. Vice Chair Foster.
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright.
Yes.
Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney. Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
9 yes.
And that motion carries.
That is my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Administrator. Now we will move on to old business, and we have a postponed motion
Madam Chair, that would be not applicable as we just handled it in human services.
Just wanted to make sure we had done that to your satisfaction.
Yes,
Any,
ma'am. Thank you.
is there any new business to come before this committee? Seeing no new business, are there any final board comments?
Madam Chair, may I?
Oh, wait, I skipped the public comments.
I will wait.
So, are there any public comments? Tony Barnes, did you have a public comment?
I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. Tony Barnes, Dalton Township Supervisor. You know, I understand that COVID has kind of blindsided everybody and it's changed the way that we currently function in a lot of aspects of our life. But, you know, I long for the time for when our county commissioners will recognize our certain citizens who have stepped up and gone above and beyond, whether it's by way of resolution or proclamation. And I understand that's a challenge in this particular era that we're in. But if you don't mind, I want to take a second to recognize a Ravenna Township resident, mostly because I went to high school with them, but there was a lady who was lost in the woods for 2 nights. And without the help of one of the Ravenna residents, the Postema family, Brett is a 24-year-old kid and his dad, Mike Postema, whom I went to bridge with. They were able to help Officer Jackie Miskovich from the DNR find and locate this lady and bring her back to safety. The Muskegon County Sheriff assisted with obviously some ambulance service, didn't say, but I think that we need to get back to recognizing our citizens that have stepped up with us. So with all due respect, that Mike and Brett Postema and Officer Jackie Miskovich went above the call of duty that night. Some might say she was doing her job, but in order to help this lady who'd been out there for 2 nights and battling the early onset of hypothermia, probably saved her life. So I'm looking forward to get back to recognizing our citizens that go above and beyond. I just think it needs to be said that a lot of people stepped up that night, and I'm sure I missed them. So to all of our first responders that stepped up, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for doing that. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today, and have a great week.
Thank you, Tony, and certainly we do appreciate all of them and are certainly happy for a successful rescue in that situation. Christopher Cross, do you have a comment for us? Chris?
Sorry, can you hear me? No?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I was just slightly confused about the snow removal service that we provide, and that I thought that, to my understanding, there was a in the works a possibility of getting us the full funding that we asked for, so we can serve these seniors that desperately need this program, and that this, to my understanding, this was pushed back till this month to make sure there's enough in the bank accounts to cover this program. And to my understanding, from everything I've seen, only 5,000 dollars that were used last year, not used last year, were given to us this year for the lawn care. Nothing for the snow. I did see that there was motioned and carried that we can use that for snow, but really $5,000 is not going to get us much further than the 15 that was given. So, to my understanding, the commissioners found this program to be a very needed and successful program, but representative of the funding so far, we're not going to be able to do that much. So I guess I was just a little confused on that. I thought that was in the works to try to get us the full funding so we can do this the right way. So I appreciate some clarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. We'll get back with you. I'll have somebody from get with you on that. Yes.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead, Marcia. We're not answering questions. You realize that, correct? This is public comment only.
Well, the snow plowing program extension for 3 months was part of the note that we skipped over, and it was not addressed in the above items 24 through 28. All that was addressed was lawn care.
No, we changed it to include snowplow in number 26.
Oh, but that's just for the 5,000.
Yes.
In the note, it says to extend senior meals and reinstate snow plowing program for 3 months.
So what you're saying is we need to address that motion again?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as we're done with this, we will do that. We see Ryan Leedsma. Do you have a comment for us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, so I wanted to comment on the fiasco from last week with the gay orgy porn that was in the meeting. I got to tell you, I have seen some pretty crazy things in my life, but that probably takes the cake. I have found that Eisenbart and the leadership that he exerts in that county is pathetic. There's been a lot of things that have developed ever since Hammersley left, and it's just been one thing after another. Frankly, everything that happened with me, and everybody here knows what I'm talking about, is really because of him. I squarely place the blame on him. And I think that his lack of leadership regarding employees attending.
Ryan, I'm sorry, but we don't, you direct all your comments to me, not to the administrator. Anything else you say?
I am
is
directing
directed
him
to the board
towards you,
chair.
but I am directing him towards you. And, you know, Eisenbart's lack of leadership regarding county employees and regarding things like this has just been embarrassing.
I'm asking you not to
I get
attack
it.
our
I'm
employees.
still, well, I'm sorry, but as a taxpayer, I have to say that this is an embarrassment for the public. And I think that in the context of that meeting not being handled properly, the fiasco that came out of it, the question really has to be asked. Is the county's policy on COVID appropriate? And I don't think it is, because everybody that's attending this meeting is going to restaurants, they're shopping, they're traveling. County employees are inside of the organization, in the building. Why are we still having these commissioner meetings remotely? It's not for the convenience of the commissioners. The commissioners should be attending those meetings in person to make sure that they're run efficiently, the public can hear them, the public can attend. This tool should be used for the convenience of citizens, not for the convenience
Thank you, Commissioner
of commissioners,
Ryan,
especially
your
under the
time is
context
up.
that Eisenbart can't manage this situation properly.
Ryan, thank you. Your time is up. Anyone else? Seeing none, we will move on. I would like to bring up the motion that we had tabled on September 8th to postpone for 30 days the Senior Activities Committee motion to approve reinstating Ravenna, Casanova, and Eggleston, which we have done on the senior meals, I guess. What we need to discuss now is to reinstate the snow plowing for 3 months to December 31st. Are you sure we have not done that? Or did we just didn't? I think we need some clarification on this.
It's not in the items above, 24 through 28. I'm not sure where we would have done it.
Then if we want to continue with this,
I could be corrected.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
the purpose of the motion that we had before was to reinstate the grass cutting with the snow plowing, which extended to $5,000. We were also trying to get a final balance of the funds that we had left so that other requests could be made to find another opportunity. And that is supposed to be working through with the health department. So I believe this is going to be handled through our Senior Activities Committee along with Kathy Moore, and there'll be another opportunity to be able to seek more funding.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We'll be meeting next Tuesday, so I think this will be addressed.
All right. Do
Can I make
I
a
have
comment?
any more final board comments? Yes, Commissioner Laring.
Yes, so if I'm looking at the motion, which is HS 20-10-28, it says to extend everything, but I think Commissioner Nash was correct. It does not say anything about snow plowing in that motion. So my assumption is that the snow plowing wasn't extended through December 31st, and I actually, because motion 28 is not the same as the motion from old business. I actually think we need to move on this motion.
If you look at
to-
motion number 26, it says to approve the living word to carry over the remaining $5,000 for fiscal year 20 through fiscal year into 21 for lawn care maintenance with a friendly amendment adding snow removal.
I think you're both right. I think we have extended the money that was left over through the end of the year, but I do think Commissioner Laring is correct that we have not done anything to extend it through the winter season. So and I do think that's supposed to come back to us in another meeting, and we do have a couple more meetings in October, so I think we will be all right through the end of October, so let's get that back on our agenda so that we can handle that before the winter snow plowing season gets in full swing.
Yes.
Okay? Does that work with you, Commissioner Laring?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Now we will move on to final board comments. Does anybody have any final board comments? I guess I have a final board comment. First of all, I'd like to address the situation from one of the people that made a comment today. And I'd like to let them know that Administrator Eisenbarth did everything in his power to get that situation resolved when we had the hacking situation with Zoom. The Zoom was not a part of our county, not a part of our county IT. They have nothing to do with Zoom. There was nothing we could have done that any one of the commissioners or Administrator Eisenbarth could have done. Now, I know that there may be some hard feelings with the person who spoke, but that had nothing to do with the situation that involved, and nobody appreciated it, and nobody was interested in having that ever happen again. That's why we have moved to a different platform. And now we will move, Administrator Eisenbarth, are we still planning on a closed session today? We are not, correct?
We do not need a closed session.
We
Mike
do
is
not have a
online
closed
to answer
session. I
general
will
questions.
entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
What about public comment after you went backwards in the agenda?
We didn't go backwards in the agenda.
You most certainly did.
We had
we have-
public comment. Mr. Lietzman was on.
Understood, but there was, you guys went back to question something on the agenda. What if the public now has a question of what you guys went backwards on? I think there may be an opportunity
It
for the
comes back
public.
before the board. They can ask any questions they'd like to. Right now, there was no motion made. It was just discussion among the board.
Understood.
We do have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Support.
And we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
I just think it's bullshit. Zach Larry made the dang motion to go to Zoom if we told him not